Oh, there we go. I guess my mic was muted. Thank you, Diana. Okay. All right. I'll just start it over. Diana told me she couldn't hear me. So thank goodness. So welcome everybody to ReaderCrate. This is our very first book club event of the year. And my name is Alyssa Granlund. I am thrilled to be hosting an interview with a very special guest tonight. And that is the USA Today best-selling author, Diana Orgain. So I'm going to bring her on in just a minute. But if you're joining us tonight, you're probably already immersed in her bundle of trouble, or about to be, which is the first book in Diana's Material Instincts mystery series. So in this story, if you started it, we meet Kate Connolly juggling the joys and challenges of motherhood, and also an unexpected murder mystery in San Francisco. And it's super funny and predictable and full of heart. And we're so glad to have Diana here to talk about how all that came together. So let me bring Diana on. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. It's good to meet you.
Good to meet you too, and kind of in person. So
virtually, yes.
Yeah, virtually, exactly. Well, so I guess where I want to start is, you have been writing cozy mysteries that blend humor and heart and real life chaos. And so I'm just kind of wondering, how did you come across this as your first novel? How did you get into this topic, this theme, Bundle of Trouble? How'd you kick off with that?
So I had always been into writing. I have an MFA in playwriting. So I was a playwright, and I had my first child. So I was pregnant and I had the baby, and with playwriting, obviously you have to go be in the theater, but I wanted to be at home with my daughter. And I always wanted to write a book. I just hadn't yet. I was, working on plays. And so I thought, well, what if I write a book about a new mom? Because now I know a little something about that. And the thing that she would, I thought, I'll have to teach myself how to write a book because I've never done that before. And I thought, oh, well, the protagonist will teach herself how to solve the mystery, because I was such a big mystery fan. So that's how the idea came to be. And that's how I started the journey with the Maternal Instincts series. So.
Oh, that's great. And how did you come up with kind of this unique blend, with besides you living it, what made you choose mysteries, I guess, is the.
So that was like my, genre of choice. I'd always read mysteries, Agatha Christie and, Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys. And, growing up, that just was my love. And I loved solving puzzles and that sort of thing. So I just leaned into that, but I always thought, like, oh, well, I'm not smart enough to write a mystery. Like, they always get you, they always fool you. So how am I going to do that? So it was very fun to study the craft and figure out, some of the tips and tricks. Everybody has a secret and things like that we enjoy playing with as writers, right?
Exactly. So what most surprised you about writing fiction compared to your background of writing plays? Was there anything that really surprised you when you got into it that was really different between the two?
Well, yeah, because plays, it's all dialogue. So everything, everything that happens is, so plays are one character against another, really. So it's dialogue. So it's me and you, we're talking. But in a book, there's that whole, it's the character against themselves, or, working with themselves, right? So it's all the internal thoughts and also all the descriptions, right? Like we have to move them through space and time, and we have to really build out a visual story for them because they're not seeing it on stage or on film. They're seeing it in their head. So we have to write all that out. So that was a big learning curve for me.
The imagery and all of that. Okay. Well, so tell us a little bit about Kate. How did you come up with her personality? Is she pieces of you, or who is she based on?
Yeah, I'd say she's probably pieces of me and pieces of my friends, or, just like people that I know. Probably the whole internal family, like my mom, the character's mom is definitely my mom. 100%. Husband, same thing. It's like, it's just pieces of your life that you kind of pick people that are close to you and their attributes and just expand on them, Later, as I grew as an author, because Bundle of Trouble was my first book, I leaned into, being able to build characters that were very different. But I'd say probably, yeah, Kate is a lot of me, and my first experience being a mom.
That's great. That's good. So the detective piece, how fun was that? Or actually, where did you get kind of the being a detective? Did you talk to other detectives or not other, but did you talk to detectives to kind of get background, or how did you come up with kind of some of the things that she goes through?
Yeah. So one of my best friend is actually runs the sheriff's department in San Francisco.
Oh.
So, I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but I would ask her questions, what happens when this or what happens when that? And she would always say, do you want me to tell you what really happens or what's supposed to happen? So it's both. I need to know both sides. So that was fun. Got a lot of information from her.
And some good ideas then. I mean, your books are great. They're not like super gory or anything like that. They're just adorable and cute. And it's so much fun. So
thank you. Yeah.
All right. So Bundle of Trouble is set in San Francisco, and the city really feels present in the story. So what drew you to that setting? Do you live near there, or?
I do. I'm a native San Franciscan. Yes. And I chose it very deliberately because there was so much at that time that I didn't know. Like, being a mom, being a detective, all those things that I thought, well, for setting, for sure, I have to, be on my home turf. There's no question about, I know all the neighborhoods, I know all the schools, I know all the everything. So, that was a very deliberate choice of location. And, like setting is like another character in this story, right? Especially, an iconic city like San Francisco, right? It's very, looms large in the story,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did a good job making the reader feel like they're there. So it's really fun.
Oh, thank you.
So how do you approach kind of keeping that blend, because you're skilled at this, the blend of the humor and the mystery, kind of keeping that in the scenes without it becoming too serious or too kind of comedic? How do you do that?
Oh yeah, I don't know. It is a challenge, isn't it?
Sure.
Thankfully I had a great editor at Berkeley Prime Crime that helped me, because, a lot of times I really do want to lean into the humor, and then I'm like, wait, this is a very serious moment or what have you, but yeah, I think just, getting feedback early. I always had critique groups, because that's part of like getting an MFA, is you read each other's work and then, you share it and you give feedback, because I don't know if this happens to you, but if you're working on your own stuff and you've read it so many times, it's so at danger to be cut, because you're like, that's not funny. It's like, well, that's the 50th time you've read the joke. You know the punchline. Of course, it's not funny. So I was fortunate enough to be part of a writing group where we would read our stuff in person. So we would meet every other Tuesday, and we would bring physical pages and hand them to everybody. And if we were reading your work, everybody read it silently in front of you. And then they gave critique. And it was so wonderful, because it's like, it feels like we're not present that way for each other anymore. Like everything is so virtual, right? But it was great, because as people were reading real time, they would chuckle, and you're like, oh, what part are you in? The worst was when they were chuckling and they're like, oh, you made a bad typo. You're like, oh, it's funny, but I'm just stupid. But that sort of thing. But yeah, that's getting feedback and getting working on the comedic beats, but also the mystery part, right?
So do you still do that? Do you still have your critique group, or?
I do not. No, that was quite a few years ago, and then we moved towns. I'm not in the city anymore, but Yeah. And then, you get a professional editor and you have very stringent deadlines and things like that. And so, no, we don't meet up in person anymore, but it's sad because it was such a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, when you're writing, do you outline super heavily your books, or do you write more by instinct, or kind of tell us how you plan your books out?
Yeah, no, I'm a big outliner. Not, not like super detailed, but I definitely know all the beats. I know who did it. I know who else we think could have done it and why, all those things. I lay out the characters and I lay out, you know, the I don't know if you're familiar with the beat sheet or if the audience is familiar with that, but there's definitely beats that happen in a 3-act structure, and so I lay them out. I didn't always. I did just kind of write even bundle of trouble as seat in my pants, just this happens and then this happens. And then of course at the end you have this massive thing that needs to be edited because you didn't know what you were doing or where you were going because you had no plot. So I tried on the second book to plot, but it really just didn't quite work for me. By the third book, I realized I figured out how to plot, and it worked a lot better. But that's a conversation I've had with a lot of authors, because it seems like if you're going to be a professional author, it's very beneficial to plot, because it's really hard to go back and edit something that has no direction, and then and you're on a timeline, with a deadline, with pre-orders and things like that, and it's really difficult to go and clean that up. I'm working on a thriller, actually, that I've been working on for a really long time. And I did not plot that because I didn't know how to. I know how to do mysteries, but I didn't know how to do a thriller. I mean, I could have followed the same structure, but I also was just kind of discovering the story. And I know it's taken me so much longer because I didn't have a clear plot. But, maybe that's what happens when you're figuring out a new genre. I don't know,
Mm-hmm. When's that going to be coming out?
So I'm hoping to get it to my agent. I wanted to do it by the end of the month, but maybe it'll be mid-month next month. I'll get it to my agent.
And title you can share or no?
I know I have a working title, but I don't think it probably won't be that, but.
Okay. What's your latest work that you've done?
So the latest was the last book in the Maternal Instincts was a Thanksgiving novella that we did with a bunch of different authors. We all released it around Thanksgiving time. So I think it's a Pumpkin Pie Prison. So they have a family, reunion, and things aren't what they seem and that sort of thing. So that was a lot of fun.
That's good. So is the thriller that you're working on, is that going to be your next release?
Yes, I hope so.
Okay.
I hope so.
So what are you thinking? Like a month, 2 months, 3 months? What are you thinking?
No, if it goes traditional, it'll be like 18 months.
Oh, okay.
If a house buys it. Okay. If not, then it'll be this year. Okay. Yeah. Because when you self-publish on your own, you can set your own timeline. Mm-hmm. But if you go with a house, then they have to fit you into the calendar. And I think they're about a year, if not 18 months out. So it would be summer of 2027. Let's just manifest that. Summer of
2027. Okay. So is there going to be more Maternal Instincts books?
So I don't know. I know my readership really wants another one. I'm kind of moving on to this thriller pen name. So I'll see. I do have ideas for that. I don't want to give too much away if people haven't read through the series, but there are definitely some open loops that I'm really interested in playing with. So likely there will be another one coming out soon. And that would be this year also. That would be like in 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see here. What else do I want to know? Okay. So how do you keep your characters all straight? What's your secret for kind of your story Bible, or how do you do it?
So it is funny because, like you said, if they were based, because they're kind of based on people in my life. Yeah. So then I do have like the core characters. I know who they are, right? but I do every, because I outline every book gets its own Google Doc. And the very first thing I put down are the new characters that are coming on for that mystery, right? Because every book deals with a unique mystery. So then I give them, I'll pick a picture of somebody, famous or whatever that represents sort of them to me, like there's another later in the story, there's another PI in town that kind of competes with Kate. But he does this, so they're like frenemies, sometimes they help each other and sometimes they're working, independently and what have you. But he's, in my mind's eye, he's like a younger version of Antonio Banderas,
Ooh.
so I always put, Antonio Banderas photo there. So I know, yes, and his name is Vicente Domingo. And so I keep those little pictures and then a little blurb about them that I'll know, okay, this is Kate's brother. This is Kate's frenemy. This is, that sort of thing. So I have them handy when I go to plot the next book.
That's good. That's great.
Yeah.
So, okay, we did have a couple questions that came in because I was asking people for questions earlier. So let me go back to that. Okay, so do any real life motherhood moments sneak into your mysteries without you realizing it until later?
I mean, yes, I'm sure. I know I can remember there's like a breastfeeding incident in one of the books that was, motherhood reality kind of thing. Yeah, I'm sure. I can't think of other ones offhand, but there's a lot, of course, that informs it, either yourself or stories you've heard of, while you're turned around, they put their hand in the cake and, things like that. Right. Yeah, for sure.
That's great. So, and then one other one was, if Kate could borrow one skill from any fictional detective, who would she pick? And so I don't know, they gave a couple of ideas, but
oh, what are the ideas?
Sherlock, they said, Miss Marple, or would she pick somebody else?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Somebody patient, probably, because Kate doesn't have a lot of patience. So maybe somebody like that. Yeah.
Good. Okay, so, and let me just see. I know we've got a bunch of people on. See, so Christine is here, and Wanda from Pennsylvania. Oh, it's late for you, Wanda. And let's see here. We've got Carolyn from Salinas, California.
From Salinas? Hello.
Yeah. Marianne is here too. Where are you?
Auburn.
Auburn. Okay.
Yeah. So it's east of Sacramento. So just a couple hours out of San Francisco. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. My brother-in-law is in Chico.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. That's an hour north of us.
Okay. All right. So, okay. So let's see here. I had a few more things I wanted to, and you guys, if you have questions, type them in the chat, because I would love to ask Diana any questions that you have. So thank you so much for sharing the crate with all of your readers. We've had a lot of interest from your group.
I'm glad.
Thank you. That's really nice. Thank
you.
It's
I don't know if I didn't get to tell you this, but I shared the link for this meeting yesterday, but I didn't do it properly. And so it literally went out an hour ago. And then in the thing, it had said for tomorrow. And I was like, no. So they'll watch the recording.
Well, I'm on your list, and the two emails came one right after the other, so I saw it.
Yeah, because I meant to send it. I thought I sent it yesterday, but it didn't go through. So it's like that's odd, because I usually get some people reply to me, and I didn't get anything. But I was busy all day, so it wasn't like really on it. So I was like, oh no, sorry.
Well, tell us a little bit about your personal life. I mean, whatever you're willing to share. Like, how many kids do you have, and kind of tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I have 3. My camera. They're wonderful. So Carmen just graduated UC Berkeley, and sorry, no, I got a new camera set up, and it's a little finicky. My son, my middle son, is at UC Davis. He just started, and then I have a junior who's learning to drive. So that's a little panic every day is a new adventure. But he did deer ran across it's never happened to me. There's so many deer here, and I've never actually had a moment where
Oh.
they've crossed the road. They always, you kind of see them or whatever. And a full on baby just walked right in front of us as Bobby was driving. And I was like, oh.
Oh, that's so scary. Oh my
But
God.
he handled it perfectly. The baby cleared the road and then we went and it was beautiful. But I was like, oh my God, this is it.
That's
This
so
is it.
scary. A few years ago, I was driving. I live in Minnesota, and so I was driving and I hit a moose.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
yeah. I
Oh
thought
my
it was
gosh.
the end of my life because it sat on the hood and then it started coming back toward the windshield. And I mean, all I saw was this huge butt coming at me, this moose butt. So close I could see like a wart on his back. And then right at the last second, he kind of went off and took out the mirror and the stuff like that. But I mean, it's just crazy. So yeah.
Did it total your car or?
Oh yeah. Totally. Yeah. I mean, they're, thousands of pounds. So
Yeah. And I don't know what velocity you hit him at.
yeah, it was weird because he was kind of galloping alongside my car. So I wasn't going super fast, but then he just cut right in front of me. And then, it's like I'm on a dirt road and, so it's like you don't want to hit the brakes. So like with your son, did he just stay at the same speed or did because that's
He tapped the brakes. There was a car behind us, but almost like a signal to the other car. And then, but it slowed us down enough that the little guy just like ran right in front, and that was it. And then he kept driving like nothing, and I was like,
I know you have to be so careful, that you don't startle them, right? So,
yes.
oh my gosh, that's so funny. Well, good. I'm glad you guys are okay and didn't hit them.
Yeah.
So, okay, so let's see here. So, what year did you actually release this Bundle of Trouble?
Bundle of Trouble came out in 2009.
2009. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, 2009.
17 years then you're going on. Is that right?
Yeah.
19? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. I just love the sprayed edges and so is this the first book that you've done like this?
Yes. It's a special edition because it was it's not 17 years. It's
2009.
2009 because it was the 10-year, wasn't it? I don't know. Look, but you're challenging my math.
I got the book here. Let me look. Oh, 2015. 2015.
So yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So it's 11 years. Okay.
Yeah. So I wanted to do the special edition, and I've done like a book every year in the series because now I have 13 full lengths and 2 novellas in it. So yeah. Which, a lot of self-published authors publish faster than that, but Berkeley had sent me out on the path of like a book a year. So when I got my rights back, I did speed up the production, but it's really hard to maintain a lot of books in a year and kind of keep your quality of life and keep the, all that stuff. Because I do think that I can write fast. I think actually writing fast is good, but then I need to recover.
Yeah.
So,
I know, because you get so immersed, right? And you just,
yeah. So so it's been a very nice long series, to play with,
What's your writing schedule like? How do you manage that? Do you set hours for yourself or how do you do it?
So I don't know, like I heard somebody say the term like marathon writer, and I'm like, yeah, that's me. Cause like if I'm in it, then that's all I want to do. And I want to stay with the story. And you almost don't even realize how much time you've been at it. I would love to be like, oh, Alyssa, I write from 9 to noon every day. Don't you?
I just write my 3,000 words and
I just sit down at the typewriter and go. And I don't, right? Like I'll be like, why did they, my daughter's writing now. She graduated with a film degree from Berkeley, and she's writing a screenplay, and she wrote a pilot. And she called me last night and she's like, Mom, I don't know why the killer actually killed anybody.
You can get stuck there. It's like, I don't know. I get it. So
Yeah, me too, because it's like, why do these awful people do these things? I don't know. Why do they do it? And I'm like, love or money? Or those are typical I go to, right? It's like,
right.
it's the cover up. It's always the cover up. They saw something and they were threatening to expose them, right? Like, so it's just kind of funny. But yes, it depends on, how much clarity I have with this story. Even if I do outline, sometimes it's just big gaps, like, they confront each other. That's good. Like, oh, okay. Well, and what did I mean by that? What are they confronting each other about? That sort of thing. And so then I need to kind of like figure it out. So I don't know. Did you ever read The Artist's Way by
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I love that. I like 25 years ago or whatever, but it's a great book. Yeah.
Same. So I'm composting. I'm composting that idea for the viewers and readers that don't know. That's when you're kind of processing an idea and letting it develop, right? Because it happens like that too, where all of a sudden, so with my psychological thriller, I've been having this reasoning, like she does something and she has a reason, but it's not quite a really good reason. And it didn't ever like sit well with me. And my editor emailed me and was like, I've been thinking about your story. And how about, and she types this thing that I'm like, no, absolutely not. And then as soon as I read her idea, like then I knew what it was, but I didn't know what it was until I knew what it wasn't.
Right. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That does make sense.
It wasn't what she proposed, right? And I was saying, what if she's trying to actually help the other person? I'm like, no. She's not trying to help anybody. She's an evil woman. But until she said that, I didn't have clarity on, okay, this is the reason why,
Yeah. That's really fun. I can't wait to hear more about this. So, and we're going to have a different pen name for that?
I'm not sure, because I'm hoping to traditionally publish. And I think also just, even if I do like publish myself, I think it is recommended if it's a different genre. So I might do just my initials, DC Orgain. Okay. So my readers can still find it. I do think my current readers will enjoy it, because it's not gory. It won't be gory. It's a psychological thriller where it's, there's definitely betrayal and, bad things happen, but there's not, it's more emotional, but I mean, I get that sometimes, like cozy readers, we want to break from really bad things, and we just want the puzzle, or we want the comedy, or we want that kind of stuff. So I do want to distinguish it for them,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that was Christine's question. She wanted to know what your thriller pen name was. So, okay. So
thank you. Yeah.
We'll be able to find it.
Yeah. I hope to keep it similar so that we can, don't lose people who don't want to be lost.
So if people want to learn more or be a part of your world, what's the best way for people to plug in to kind of stay in touch with you?
Oh, great. Can I write in the chat, or maybe you write in the chat?
No, go ahead. Yeah, or I can do it.
Okay. I was going to tell you my store is DianaOrgainBooks.com. And for this audience, if you do the code SAVE10, you can get 10% off anything in your cart. So this, you guys already have this special edition. So, but if you want to get it for a friend, or if you want to buy the rest of the series in paperback or ebooks, just put SAVE10 in the coupon code, and I'll keep that live all through February for you guys.
Okay. So tell me it's Diana Orgain Books.
DianaOrgainBooks.com. I think if you write DianaOrgain.com, it gets you there too.
Okay. So and then SAVE10.
Yes. SAVE10.
Got it. Okay. I just put it in there. And then I know you do, you have what is your blog, or what is the program that you use for your blog, or your membership or whatever, where people can, I found
Substack?
Substack. Sorry. Yeah. Substack. Hello. Okay. So
yeah, I have a Substack. I don't know. I don't know where the sign up link for the Substack is, to be honest. Okay, you know what? I'll give you. What I didn't get the box, but did you put the postcard for the download of the free book that I was offering?
Yeah. It was on the, okay, so I should share that. I can share that QR
Yeah.
code. Okay.
Share that, and then they'll get on my list, and then they'll be on my Substack then.
Okay, yeah. So I did share it with all of the subscribers, but I'll just put it on the Facebook group if you don't mind. And then
Oh no, that's perfect.
okay,
That's perfect.
people
Yeah.
can find you. Okay, that'll be good.
Yeah.
And let's see here. What else do we have here? Gosh, well, I'm at the end of my questions. Of course, I could talk to you for a long time, but anyway, I don't know. I think it's super exciting to have. Oh, I know one thing I wanted to say. Today, I put together a little box, like a little gift box, like a Valentine one, and I have two left that have Diana's book in it. So yeah, so it's like a brownie, like the brownie mix, the vegan brownie mix, and a scarf and stuff, or I mean, in a apron. So if anybody's interested, I think I put the link in earlier up at the top. There's 2 of them left. If anybody's interested and wants it, because it'll be a great Valentine gift for people. So
oh, how fun! Yeah, next month is Valentine's. Who are you doing? A whole other list of authors, and like, what do you have going on next month?
Yeah, so next month we have, so here's a little sneak peek of the crate for next month, and it's kind of like a cozy one. It's going to be Karen McSpade, so Black Forest Murder, Michelle Wasik, I think it is, Mysterious Case of the Missing Motive, and Elle Burke, and it's What the Spell. So pretty cute. And, yeah, super cute. And then we're doing these soup cozies. Have you gotten any of these yet?
No.
It's so cool. You put your soup bowl in there and you stick it right in the microwave with your bowl in it, and then it heats up, and then you can take it out. It's like a hot mitt around your bowl, but it's cotton and safe for the microwave. And then I put a really fun potato soup, and then I'm a licensed baker, so I made everybody these chocolate covered Oreos. So
oh, how cute!
Yeah, so it's pretty fun.
That's great. That's great.
So it's a fun crate this month. You know, kind of it's sweet. What was the theme again? Oh, now I'm drawing a blank. Sweet treats and cozy foods, or so, I don't know, something like that. But anyhow,
how fun! Yeah. That's great.
I'm hoping that we can have you in again next year, maybe. So maybe we'll have something new that we can put in the
Oh,
crate.
yes, definitely. Yeah, I have a few other series also that that we can do, and it'll be fun. Yeah.
It'd be really good.
Yeah. I so appreciate you. Thank you for featuring me. And
we're definitely so happy. It was my pleasure. So thank you.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, I guess we are going to wrap it up. And if you're interested in Diana's books, go to her website. So DianaOrgainBooks.com. Use the Save 10, because you actually sell your own books, right? I mean, it's like you print them and sell them, right? So that's kind of cool. And then if you're interested in a crate, if that's something you want to check out, you can go to ReaderCrate.com for that. So
awesome.
All right. Well, thank you for spending time with us tonight.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Okay. All right. We'll talk soon.
Okay. Bye, all.
Bye-bye.